Hello, this is MC Knight. Welcome to the Dragon's Lair. This is episode 25. I know it's been a little while since I put a video out. I've been working a lot and have not had much opportunity to actually get on and play Minecraft much. But the little bit that I have been able to get on, I have been working on the outside here. You can see things are a little bit different here. So I've done some more work. I put some more lamp posts up. I've started working on putting in some more defined pathways. And I brought this all the way down to here. I just need to do a little more work to get into the Coliseum. And then I also brought this pathway up around here. I put some lampposts up here. And I brought the pathways over through here. Trying to figure out if I want to try to put more blocks in here or not. I think maybe I do. But I've been working on trying to bring the pathway over here to the villager trading hall. And then I want to bring that up to connect it probably over here. And then bring it up. I still haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do here. Because there's only a 1 block wide space between the crop farm and the cactus farm going to the bamboo farm. And I gotta tell you, this bamboo farm is kind of crazy. I try to collect from it, but I've gotten so much bamboo at this point, and I've been converting a bunch of it into sticks and taking that over here to the kelp farm and have been leaving it in here. And I've been converting the dried kelp over to kelp blocks and then just putting the kelp blocks back in here. And you can see I still have 9 stacks of sticks in here, and this is almost full. So I did bring the pathway up this way. I brought this up around, and then I did a little bit of work back in here. Clear this up. I put roofs on the wool farms. So that's all covered up. You can see the crop farm. I put a roof on there, and I put some bamboo trap doors on the outside. And then here for the kelp farm, I put some trap doors over here on the side because I wanted to be able to access the redstone just in case anything happens. And then also I put a brick roof on the top. And I have some bamboo trapdoors over on this side. And then I do want to do some work on the melon pumpkin farm. I did put green glass in all the way around. And then up around the back here. So up here I haven't done anything yet. Because I want to build the farms that I'm going to build up in there. And then I do have the pathway comes up through here and then also goes down here. And I have part of the retaining wall put in here. I need to build along the side here, and then I think I'm going to build up here just a little bit and have it slope down over through here. For today's project, I want to work on this area up in here. I want to build a tree farm, or tree farm. And so I have everything in here that I need. This project I got from a tutorial that Shulkercraft put out. First I want to clear out all this dirt on the top here, all this podzol. So I'm going to clear out this whole area, And then once I am ready to go with this, I'm gonna do a slightly different video this time. Well, instead of me explaining, how about I just go ahead and clear this off and then we get started. So what I thought I would do, I have everything ready to go here. I have the area cleared out, and so I think I'm good to go now. But what I thought about doing is, while I build, I'm going to tell you guys a little story. The story of the first time I played Minecraft. So it was, I believe, 2015, and my oldest son had an Xbox 360, and he brought it over, and my youngest son was there, and they started playing Minecraft. So they were playing this game, and I didn't know anything about it, and they were playing, and it got to be dark, and they kept dying. And at one point, finally, I said, well, let me try this. And so I tried it. The only thing was, it was dark, and whoever had played before me, and I took that controller, they had died, so I didn't have any armor, anything. Didn't have a sword, shield, or anything. And I was playing off a 27-inch TV, and I just couldn't see anything. So I took the controller, and I spawned in. And of course, like I said, I couldn't see anything. And next thing, I started taking damage, and it was like, I don't even know what's happening. So anyway, like I said, I was taking damage, and I said, what's happening? And they said, you're being attacked by a zombie. And I'm like, well, what's a zombie? And they said, well, that's a mob that'll hurt you. And I'm like, okay, what do I do about it? It's like, well, you don't have any weapons or armor right now, so there's not a whole lot you can do about it. You got to wait till day comes. Well, I ended up dying. And my initial reaction was, this game is stupid. However, it ended up that I started playing it. And like I said, it was on an Xbox 360. And I started a new world. And before too long, I was hooked. And I thought, well, this is actually not a bad game. So I started playing on a regular basis on the Xbox 360, and to be honest, I started really liking the game, and I kept playing it. Okay. I'm trying to remember how all this goes. I'm trying to watch the video while I do this. And I think I go up here. Yeah. Okay. Let me pop up here. It was quite an interesting experience for me as I played because I had no idea anything of the game, how anything worked. And I remember I tried laying redstone things down and just didn't have any success because I wasn't doing anything right. It was actually kind of frustrating to a certain degree. But what I did was I started watching or researching things on how to play the game. And before too long, I started knowing how to play the game. Oh, and of course, now I get a pillager party, which I really don't want to deal with right now. So I'm going to do the simple thing. I'm just going to fly away a little bit and despawn them. I have not seen a pillager party in this area for quite a while, even though we live quite close to the pillager outpost. They don't come by too often. And I think that should hopefully be far enough that now they're going to be gone. Now the question is if I can land. Oh yeah, nailed it. That's unusual because normally I have a lot of trouble with that. So anyway, I played on the Xbox 360 for quite a while. And then eventually I got an Xbox One. But what happened was, is I believe it was with the Villager update, at some point they stopped updating Minecraft for Xbox. And that world was only about, I think it was about maybe 200 blocks by 200 blocks. And so it ended up where I couldn't really do a whole lot. And so it ended up where I had a laptop and I started playing Xbox on for Windows. And this dropper needs to go down one. Like that. Place it like that. Now we need to do that. Okay. Okay, I think that's right so far. Then, if I remember correctly, I need to drop the hopper there. Let's see if I can do this. I think that's right. And then one there. Okay. And I think gonna need a double chest there. And a composter. So I played on Xbox for Windows for a while, and I thought it was great. You know, I was able to actually convert some of the uh, worlds that I had played on previously, um, and was able to continue those on at Windows, Minecraft for Windows. And then I created another world, and I thought it was pretty much a good world. I worked on it for a while. And then my oldest son asked me how I felt about Windows Java. And I said, well, I don't really know anything about it. And he said, well, there's a lot of things you can do on Java that you can't do on Bedrock. And I was reluctant, and then he said, if I buy it for you, will you play? And I said, okay, I'll try it out. So it ended up he bought Java for me, and I started trying it out. And by this point, I had been doing some YouTube videos, but I hadn't really been doing a great amount. And back then, oh my word, when I was playing on Xbox, I used to make videos. They were like 45 minutes long. And I thought they were great back then. And I come to learn that, well, they probably weren't as near as great as I thought they were. So after I started playing Java for a while, I got to actually liking it pretty much. And so I played with my oldest son and a friend of his, and we created a world. And then I ended up where well, we started. My oldest son and we started several worlds, and I did a couple different video series on different worlds. And then we ended up where we decided to start the server. So we played on that server for, well, I played on that server for a while. It's placed right there. When we stopped with that server, then I had debated for a while about just going with that same world, but then my oldest son, Rapid Sphinx, he is my oldest son, decided, started talking to me about wanting to start another server. So that's how we ended up here, and how this world got started. Now I gotta figure out how to get the scaffolding to go on top here. Maybe, there we go. I was crouching and I didn't need to. Okay. So I will tell you my biggest success on my YouTube channel has been my Woodland Mansion video. Maybe some of you have seen it. It's gotten the most views for me so far. and it's where I think I get a lot of viewers and subscribers. Sorry, I'm not talking a whole lot here because I'm trying to concentrate and make sure I do this right. And I need one more block there. So I will tell you this, some of this really is difficult for me at times because I have a real big fear of heights. And one of my worlds, I built a very, very tall building. And up on the top, I built a glass balcony. And at that point, I didn't know about crouching and that you wouldn't fall. And so I was trying to be very careful when I built that balcony. And I will say, in all that time that I built that, I didn't fall a single time. Unlike when I was building this. Okay, so far so good. We're still matching up to the video. So I have done some interesting builds. I know in one world I was building I used to call it a spider, and I'd spent quite a bit of time in that world, and I think that was the world that I had on Xbox, and I had dug out basically 100 by 100 block wide area in the center of the world. In that world, I did not even have a stronghold, so I couldn't even go to the end. And with that, this farm is done. Need to break that. Okay. As you saw in the short little bit of video that I had, I was farming some trees. I did some azalea, flowering azalea, oak, spruce, some cherry trees, and some spruce trees. And I wanted to do some jungle, but I don't think I did any jungle. Here's where part of my problem is. You can see in the chest here, I've got 42 bone meal left. I don't have a whole lot of bone meal right now. So I'm going to probably have to try to find a skelly spawner and make a farm so that I can get some bone meal. And I can run this farm a lot more to get a bunch more wood. So I spent maybe about 15-20 minutes here at the farm, and this is what I got. Now most of the saplings I had to begin with, my sapling count probably increased a little bit except for the flower and azaleas, but I think this is going to be a real good addition to the base. And once I get a skelly farm going, it's going to really boost production. So the one thing that I did do is I went to the iron farm and I picked up a whole bunch of poppies, put them into the chest here and started trying to get bone meal there. But it just really doesn't produce a great amount. I think that's where I'm going to end this video for today. I want to say thank you for everyone who watched this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you. I will catch you next time. Until then, I'm MC Knight.